You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time.
It's the 2024 off-season, and prior to the Tua contract announcement, everyone was talking about, is Tua going to get paid? How are the Dolphins look in the off-season? You know, all the stuff we kind of expected heading into the 2024 season. But at the start of the week, I guess any Miami Dolphins fan, their timeline was taken over by a particular story. Before we delve into the story and the person whose story it is, because it's not my place to tell that story, which is Charlie Touche. How are you?
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and affiliates, official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. Kadeem, I got the bags under my eyes, bro. I got the money bags. They call them money bags for a reason, because you're probably awake and staying up and not getting sleep because you're out getting money. And I'm not getting enough money because I have a regular job, you know what I'm saying? You know how they do it in the system, you know what I'm saying? Corporate America gets you every time, but I wish I had my glasses to cover some of this stuff up, you know what I'm saying? Maybe do something like that. I don't know. But look, man, you alluded to us having a guest. And it's just fun to have stories like this all across social media and in the football community. And it's not the first time you heard a story like it, but it's on our front porch, literally. You know what I'm saying? So we got a guest, and we're going to introduce the guest. If you haven't heard the story by now, we got the man here with us so he could tell us his story. Kyle Ulbrich, how you doing, bro? Welcome to Go Time Dolphins. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So Kyle Ulbrich, punter from Middle Tennessee State.
Yes,
Went
sir.
to Middle Tennessee State. That Wi-Fi looking real good right now, real strong. We in here right now, you know what I'm saying? And sat outside the facility, camped out, had a couple signs. A couple signs said, "Hey, I'll punt for food. I'll punt." Now he didn't put, maybe a sign didn't say that, but it's basically like, "Yo, give me a shot, give me a job." You know what I'm saying? How did that come about, bro? Like, what was the what's the thought process behind? You know what? This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna actually do it. Because all of us have thoughts and things that we want to do, but none of us really pull the trigger on something like that, bro.
Yeah, it was one of those things. You know, I said before, like me and the boys were just tossing it back and forth, and it's just something that stuck, and we ended up, rolling with it. The more we talked about it, the better it sounded, and as far as the signs go, it was just one of those things. You know, a lot of guys in the past, because I'm not the first one who's done this. A lot of guys in the past, they would just write, just a kind of a plea for the team. Hey, this is who I am. Here's why you should give me an opportunity. And I'm not a guy that gets held at 5 on a roster. That's one punter per team in the league. So, for me, I felt if I wanted something to have a real shot at this, it would have to be a pretty good attention grabbing sign. So we settled on 4 of them, and well, technically 6 because 2 of them are double sided, and we just decided to roll with it.
So Kyle camped out of the Miami Dolphins facility off of 27th Avenue in Miami, Florida. Just so happened to be I lived off of 29th Avenue once upon a time. Sat on the roof of our house and watched the jumbotron before the new stadium was put together. This is way back when it was called Joe Robbie. You know what I'm saying? So I am very familiar with where you were. And again, you said it's not the first time it's been done. And you also said, yo, it's only one punter. You know what I'm saying? Like you get it. I remember maybe the Jets or the Bills had like a receiver outside, and you bring in 15 receivers to camp, right?
Exactly.
Like because you got like 7 quarterbacks, and you don't want to overdo the quarterbacks on your roster, bro. And I know you don't come off as the guy that's super arrogant, poking his chest out, like, hey, give me Jake Bailey's job. I can do it, right? You don't seem like that person. But in all honesty, there's something admirable about someone who knows, look, I might not get this opportunity, but I want this opportunity, and I'm going to put myself out there if it means I have to sit outside of the facility. Like I said before, everybody thought about something like that, but not too many people actually said, you know what, I have enough courage to do it. And I don't know Jake Bailey personally, but I think even Jake Bailey will respect something like that. So it's not as bad as what some people think it is. And just I wanted to catch you online on air. You have my utmost respect for actually following through with something like that. I'm sure Kadeem will second that as well. What you got for us, Kadeem?
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's heading into training camp. The story was basically is Tua going to get his contract. That's what everyone was kind of talking about. But you kind of blew up social media, blew up Twitter by, being outside the training facility. I think one of the signs was to Jason Sanders saying, I can hold your balls better or something along like that. And you've just taken social media by storm. Dolphins fans are falling in love with you. What's the reception like being from, the Dolphins community, and not just, I guess, fans, but media as well? How have you kind of found people have been treating you so far?
It's been great. It's been a lot better than I honestly anticipated it would have been. I would have, like I was telling my friends coming up, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get, a trespassing charge kicked out or if I'm going to be leaving in the first 2 hours. And so the fact that I did get kicked out the first spot I was in, but the fact that, I grabbed the attention the way I did, I got, unbelievable, overwhelming support from a large majority of the fan base. It was honestly very surprising to me, and it was just really really cool to see this actually kind of come to fruition at least a little bit.
Bro, I guarantee in the locker room, you know what? I'm friend of the podcast, Javon Holland. Javon Holland came to the podcast, chopped it up with us. I'm friend of the podcast, Javon Holland, right now. I am sure Javon Holland drove his whatever he has, you know what I'm saying? Because he ain't get the contract yet. But I'm sure he got something nice. Drove into the facility, went into the locker room. Hey, Jake, somebody outside wants your job, boy. You know what I'm saying? But if you've been in the locker room, you know that's the type of conversation that happens. And I'm pretty sure Jake was like, maybe we should let him in. Let's see what you got. Like, come get this work. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if this was more like basketball or a sport where it could be one-on-one, like this would not be an issue at all. Punter, like, let's have a kickoff. Let's have a punt off. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it's just my opinion. I think the Dolphins should give you one punt. Like, all right, you got one chance. Let's see what you got. Or you should tell the Dolphins, bro, give me one punt. You right? And that one punt is successful, angled inside the 5. They're gonna ask for another one. Let me see if you can do that again. Right? Now it's angled to the right inside the 10. Bro, you have to again. I said I admire it. You have to respect someone who has. This is the second show in a row, Kadeem. I'm gonna say the cojones to do something like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that tells me a lot about maybe it doesn't tell me a lot about your character, but it tells me a lot about your willingness. You know what I'm saying? So again,
Sure.
once again, I do rock with you for that. But can you even punt well? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a thing? Like, are you just someone with ambition, or are you nice like that, bro? Like, social media is a thing in 2024. So I think we got that going for us right now. So I feel like this can happen, bro. We got to see something. You know, so we have to be able to. Nah, man. The Dolphins need to work them out for real. Give them a legitimate. Anybody who's willing to come to the front door, like, Dolphins have to answer it. So with social media in 2024, anything can happen. Like, I'm here for it, and that's why we on the podcast now. I'm here for it for sure. But What do you say to someone who says, bro, you went to Middle Tennessee State and you're knocking on the door for a reason? Like, what's your response to somebody like that? Because they're gonna say, well, can you actually punt?
Yeah, I mean, it was the Dolphins off day today. I think at least up to my knowledge, like every 4 days is their off day or something like that. So I knew I didn't have to be outside of the facility today. And I chucked it up with one of my friends, and we hit the field. And I got some film today. It took me 3 hours of editing because me and technology don't really go together very well.
Yeah.
So I got a few punts from it pieced together. Tried to get some rolling film in. I did the best I could, as far as the whole filming situation went. And I was going to post that, but I mean, yes, as a specialist goes, I mean, you're one of 32 if you want to be in the NFL. Like you're one of 32 best in the world. And I mean, if you are serious about getting to that level, if you are serious about, wanting an opportunity, wanting to try out, because it doesn't matter, you can do all the little things right, have a good college career, go to all the free agent combines, do all of these camps, and you still won't get a shot. Like there's no guarantee. It doesn't matter how good of a season you had, because sometimes other things do play into account. So I mean, if you're in a situation like I am, it doesn't matter what team you're knocking on the door of. You got to be able to have the mindset that you can beat anybody who steps on that field against you, whatever day. Because I mean, as a punter, you got to factor in the weather elements, what way the wind's going, all this kinds of stuff. And as an incumbent, and I think this is his third season as a Dolphin, he probably knows that practice facility pretty well. So, he knows what way the wind's coming, where to drive it at. So, somebody like me, coming in, it's I have to, outperform him. If I do the same thing he's doing, I'm not going to get the job. He has the experience over me. So it's one of those things, you got to come in, you got to outperform expectations. And if he hits a good punt, you got to hit a perfect punt. You got to hit an excellent punt. And you got to keep doing that until, you really either blow him out of the water or, for whatever reason, one of the coaches just takes a liking to you, because that's all it takes too.
No, bro. That's my point. That's my point exactly. Because I feel like you have all the pressure on you. If we had, you know what? Let's have a kickoff. We should start a hashtag, Kadeem. Let's have a kickoff. You know what I'm saying? I believe if you go to the facility and you guys are 1v1, which they wouldn't put Jake on that situation. They wouldn't do it. But if he was a real competitor, he would say, hey, bro, matter of fact, Jake should walk you into the facility himself. Like, hey, come get this work so we can leave you alone. You know what I'm saying? That's what a real competitor would do. You know what I'm saying? So then what would happen is you have all the pressure on you. So just to get the opportunity like that and to deliver while you have the pressure, that's how you get the results. And then someone will say, all right, look, if you did this with all this pressure on you, knowing that you were only going to get a punt or two, and it became a fun thing, the whole team comes around, oh, Jake hits this punt, we're off for tomorrow or something like that, right? You know how the game goes. Like that's why I think pressure either busts pipes or makes diamonds. And I'm here for all of it. The reason why the Dolphins don't want stuff like that is because there'll be a line outside the facility every day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And now Tyreek will have to go up against the corners that didn't get drafted every day. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't put Tyreek in there. Maybe it'll be who we got? Let's see. Can't be Taj Washington out for the season. Shout out to Taj Washington. You know what I'm saying? We didn't throw that in there. Shout out to Taj. It'll be one of them undrafted boys. You know what I'm saying? Going up against another DB that decided he wanted to camp out. So,
well, hold on. Sorry, can I just interject? So,
what you got?
I think the one thing which, and generally, this is no shade on anyone, but going back over last season, I think one of the weakest areas the Dolphins had was their punting unit, aka Jake Bailey. Like everyone was sitting there just going, what are we doing? Like, obviously, you don't want to see your punter at all. You want to be driving down the field, touchdown, field goal. But when Bailey was on the field, it was kind of like we could do better. And I think, part of the reason why the groundswell behind you, Carl, is so huge is because there was a demand for change prior to the draft. It was like the Dolphins have to bring in competition at the punter position because it wasn't good enough. Like Thomas Morstead is with the East Hartford Paper Planes, so called the New York Jets. People wanted him back, but I think, looking from your highlights, looking from your tape, looking at, just your demeanor, there's definitely a movement in the Dolphins fan base, which is basically give Kyle a chance, because Bailey wasn't up to standard last year. So I guess my question to you is, and it's such a weird question, but like, how does that make you feel knowing that you do have essentially the fans on your side going, at the very least, give you a chance to basically prove, or not prove, but show what you can do in front of, Coach McDaniel, special teams coach, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I mean, honestly, it's pretty humbling. It really is, seeing like, a little bit of affirmation towards, the career you had that you got denied by. Well, I think at this point it would be, because I think the UFL and the USFL and XFL were a thing when it was their last season. So 16 teams there, 8 teams that are now in the UFL. So I mean, all those teams and the 32 in the NFL, not counting the CFL, just won't give me the time of day or an opportunity. And even with the career that I had, it's a very humbling and affirming thing to see a fan base rally behind you. And whether you get the opportunity or not, it's just good to know that your career was at least appreciated for I think at this point it's been 5 days. So for the 5 days it's happened outside of the locals in Murfreesboro in Tennessee, it's nice to see it touch somebody outside of the community that you were playing for.
Kyle, you actually punted inside of Hard Rock Stadium before, did you not?
No, I won that too. Don't leave that part out.
Hey, so we got a W inside of Hard Rock Stadium before.
Yes, sir.
How did that happen? Was it, I believe, a bowl game? Was it?
Oh no, it was just, we got paid, I think it was $750K or 1.2 to play Miami. I don't remember exactly, but no, I mean, I was a pebble on the beach for why we won that game. But I tell you, that's by far one of the cooler moments in my college career.
Bro, punter is a position where you don't want people to know your name. Because if people know your name, it's probably not for a good reason, right? And when you do something good, you don't get enough credit. Bro, this is all good here, bro. And you're getting all the credit in the world for just the attempt. And sometimes all it takes is the attempt. And if I'm inside the building, I'm telling you now, like my boy London, my boy Kadeem is in London right now, like across the pond, right? And he says, I'm telling you now, yeah, if I was in the building, I'm telling you now, yeah, just because I know there's a need, even if it's not to give you the opportunity, it's to put pressure on what we have in the building. Like, oh, you know what? This is going to be fun. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's in the realm. It's in the Mike McDaniel, like, a lexicon. You know what I'm saying? This is Mike McDaniel type of stuff right here. So I can't wait to see how it plays out, man. You got something else, Kadeem?
Yeah, of course. So it's something we ask all our guests. So the Dolphins have the best player of practice to get the orange jersey. And one of the things the orange jersey brings is they get to play the music, as players are warming up, stretching, all that kind of stuff.
They get to be the DJ of the practice. DJ of the practice.
Yeah. What 5 songs are on your playlist?
So, hey, let's lay the table, set the table a little bit. You win player of the practice, and the next day you get the orange jersey. You get
that's exactly what I said.
No, you didn't, because
that is exactly what I said. I mentioned orange jersey. I mentioned player of the practice. Carl,
I feel like it didn't come out clear. It was not clear. Clear.
I've just come back from a bachelor party. Like, if things aren't clear, it's because I've been singing karaoke. I've been enjoying myself. So excuse me if I'm not 100% perfect right now.
Hey, what karaoke song did you pick though?
So
because we're supposed to have karaoke, bro. Like, you over here cheating, practicing already because I'm gonna get you.
Listen, I done Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity, Jamiroquai, Space Cowboy, and I done something else. I can't remember.
So you can't do none of those songs when you come to Miami. Then when we do karaoke, you can't do none of those songs.
That's totally fine.
But
listen,
you're over there practicing. Hey, Kyle, back to you, Kyle. Hey, back to you, bro. Back to you, bro. You're the player of the practice. You get the orange jersey. Walked on, got the orange jersey. I love it. You know what I'm saying? The next practice, what is the Dolphins practice playlist? What are we playing?
Well, assuming that would be, the first practice, I'd be there. I don't know many of the dudes on the team, and I would have to try to play my cards right to make sure I hit every genre the boys like. So
okay,
I would have to mix in some. I'll give you 5 artists because right now I've been trying to think of songs for ever since you guys said that. I've been trying to think of songs that not a single one has come to mind. So,
hey, you know what? Hey, Kyle, give us 3. We don't gotta get 5. Give us 3.
All right, I'll give you 3. All right, I'll give you some Young Boy NBA to get the rap in there.
Okay.
Some let's give me some Luke Combs to get the country guys in. Offensive linemen. The country boys, and then that final one. I mean, like I'm hitting a small demographic on the team right there. I mean, give me some "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. It's my dad's favorite, and you know what? It fits the narrative pretty well.
Bro, that's playing it safe right there. You can't go wrong with that one, bro. You cannot peek behind the curtain. That might have been my karaoke song, Kadeem. You know what I'm saying? Like, so hey, shout out to Kyle Ulbrich for that. Hey, I like it. Bro, listen, you might as well. Let me not say that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I like it, bro. I like it. For real. I was gonna say something, Kadeem. Like, notice he did not put no R&B songs in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't pregame to R&B. There was no R&B.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
You can.
100%. Again, like I'm not a punter, although I played football/soccer. I was a goalkeeper, so I'm used to kicking the ball far and trying to aim for someone. In practice, warming up, I don't need to get hyped. I need something to mellow my mood, to kind of get me like level-headed. R&B, Carl. Tell me, surely you can pre-game to R&B.
Hey, don't blame. This was a good episode, Kyle. Don't blow it now. Do not blow it now, bro.
I'd say my pre-game. I like to as a specialist, you're never really allowed to get your nerves too high, so you can't be listening to stuff to really get you riled up. And pre-game means I'm getting loose and stretching. So depending on what song you're picking, just good vibes and just something to get you through like the next 3 stretches. I mean, I can see it. I'm not opposed to it.
That was a politician because he didn't say yeah. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say yeah. Absolutely, give me the you know what I'm saying? That was a politician. Like, look, I rock with you, bro. Listen, we got any? Hey, tell everyone where they can find you, Kyle. I don't know what your social media looks like, but I know you're all over social media. I don't know if people can find you anywhere other than outside the Dolphins facility, but let us know where everyone can find you.
Yeah, I think it's first name _ last name on almost all my socials. So Kyle _Ulbrich. And I'm not trying to sell nothing outside of myself. So I mean that's all I got is just my socials and just out there trying to advertise my leg, I guess.
Kyle, listen, if we take off, I'm part of we now. You're part of us now. Like, hey, we take off. Listen, we're gonna get a call from Pat McAfee. And you're gonna be part of the brand. Hey, how he says for the brand, you're gonna be the face of the brand if this works out for everybody. Listen, and I'm gonna be very transparent with you before we go.
He's a Rams fan. What are we doing here?
He's up. I'm gonna be very transparent with you because you might find one of the episodes from like 2 years ago. And you might hear me saying some bad stuff about kickers and punters. So look,
say it in your chest. Say it now. Say it in your chest. Repeat it. Say it right now.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I kind of believe sometimes. I believe kickers and punters shouldn't have numbers. I think they should wear a K and a P. That's all I'm saying. However, if you make the Miami Dolphins, bro, I'm getting your jersey, bro. You're going to be the first punter jersey that I ever own, bro. Like, clap it up, Kyle. You feel me? I like it, bro. Best of luck with everything you got going on.
Thank
and
you.
We appreciate you coming on the GTD for real, man.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, thank you guys for having me. At the beginning of this, I wasn't expecting any of this. So that's my dog trying to get in the way. No, but seriously, guys, thank you so much for reaching out and having me on. It really means a lot.
You got anything, Kadeem?
I could go for days, especially, I guess my final question, and it's more just, to the person that you are. When you're not camping outside Dolphin facilities and not punting, what do you do in your spare time? Are you a gamer? Do you fish? Do you who is Carl when he's not playing football?
Yeah, I mean, me and the boys game all the time. We ran a lot of games actually while I've been doing the whole job search kind of a thing. But no, the fiance is a big hiker, so I do a lot of that with her. I love me some national parks, and obviously living in Key West, you gotta go fishing too. So between the kicking, training, lifting, and all of that other kinds of good stuff, video games, fishing, and hiking with the fiance.
Hey, there's this grouper down there in Key West. Born and raised in Miami, Florida. I try to hit the water as often as possible, man. Listen, Kyle Ulbrich. Kyle Ulbrich, we appreciate you. We rock with you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, y'all know what time it is. Stay positive, test negative. For Kadeem Simmons and Kyle Ulbrich, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's showtime. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's showtime. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
Yeah, Charlie, it's absolutely insane that in a week where the story heading into training camp was two are going to get paid, how is Jalen Ramsey looking? How is Jalen Waddle looking? Is two even going to show up? The biggest story of week one of training camp is Kyle Ulbrich sitting outside the stadium. And to everyone who's just seen the episode and, the interview, genuinely amazing guy. We can't wish him anything but the best.
I'll just be real. It's not disrespectful when we bring up Jake Bailey's name. Jake Bailey gets paid millions of dollars and is a competitor. You know what I'm saying? Jake Bailey understands that they're just not going to hand him a job. You know what I'm saying? So it's not disrespectful at all. They're competitors and we want them to be competitors. And I was dead serious. Like, I want Jake Bailey to be like, I got to go outside real quick. Tell dog to come in. I got something for him. That's what I want. Bro, if I'm on the team, that's what I want to see from my teammates. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see this. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we got the horseshoe, the little circle going around outside on the football, on the practice field, and we having a kickoff. You know what I'm saying? A punt off, whatever you want to call it, a boot off. I don't know what you call it, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm here for it. And it's not disrespectful at all. Kyle is super respectful, doesn't want to step on anyone's toes. Like, hey, I believe I'm better than Jake Bailey. Give me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm probably putting words in Kyle's mouth right now, but even if he got his opportunity and it didn't go in his favor, he would still be appreciative of it. You know what I'm saying? And know that, I'm a competitor too, and it is what it is. Everybody has to create their own path. But yeah, I'm here for it, bro. I had some other stuff to say. It kind of slipped my mind, but what you said about Tua, funny how no one said he shouldn't have got paid. They were just saying, how much he should get paid. Remember 4 years ago it was, don't pay Tua. He's not it. Now no one said nothing about not paying him. Everybody was talking about how much to pay him. That's funny how we got there. And I know I kind of crossed the wires, but
no, it's fine. I think, heading into any training camp, be it, rookies, whatever it is, every single team, including the Dolphins, will bring in multiple people just for, if not camp body, it's you never know where you're going to strike gold. And the Dolphins have struck gold with UDFAs every single year, every year. And I feel like, again, even when Jason Sanders wasn't at his best, people were like, bringing a kicker, even if you don't draft a kicker, bringing a kicker and at the very least put pressure on Jason Sanders and say, hey, your space isn't guaranteed. You need to earn your spot. And it's exactly the same with Jake Bailey. And that's where I think a lot of the Dolphins fan base, it's like I said to Kyle, fans wanted the Dolphins to bring in another punter just for competition because they felt that Jake Bailey wasn't up to scratch last year. When you got a guy sitting outside of your facility and his stats show that, if you put, and again, it's college and the NFL, but if you put Kyle's stats next to Jake Bailey's stats, Kyle's a better punter. So everyone's saying, hey, Miami, hey, Chris Greer, give this guy a chance because you can't preach about best player in every position and, everyone's battling. If Jake Bailey's sitting there by himself and Kyle's sitting outside, it makes no sense.
I should have said this on the episode, and I hope Kyle hears this. I hope you just, played it all the way through. We're doing bonus time right now. I hope you hear this. He has a 4-hour drive from Key West to the Miami Dolphins facility. I should have told him, bro, if you get this opportunity and they bring you on and you're actually having a camp battle and you got to be to practice every day, you can stay in my place. True story. You heard it here, YouTube or whatever audio platform you're listening on. Kyle Ulbrich, you can stay at my place during your camp battle against Jake Bailey. I'm all for it and support everything you got going on, bro. 100%. Kadeem, you didn't think I was going to say that about the kickers and punters, though. You didn't think I had it in me. I know you didn't. I know you didn't, bro.
Listen, the one thing I'm going to bring up is that I believe he wore 13 in college, and it's like, can't come to Miami wearing 13. That's not going to happen. But and the thing is, you can't wear one. 2 years
can't wear 12 either.
Yeah, no. So I was going to ask him what his number would be, but I was like, I think the playlist kind of threw him off. That was enough. So yeah, genuinely, I wish him.
Yeah, maybe the Dolphins wouldn't appreciate it if he was talking about numbers already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Thing is, we can do that. We can do numbers.
Hey, get us out of here, man.
Yeah, everyone. If you haven't already seen it, go back and check my solo episode featuring 5 Yard Lee about Tua's contract. We have episodes upcoming about, again, Tua's contract, and we have a few guests talking about their QB rankings. So check that out.
Before you get us out here, my bad, because I know you was about to piece us out. I know you was close. We got a couple more snippets on Patreon content with Kyle. Just a couple more. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all check that out too. See us out of here now, Kadeem. My bad.
No, to be fair, I should have said it as well. But for the bonus time, go check out, a bit of an extra conversation with Kyle over on Patreon. But if you aren't going to do that and you're going to see us next time on YouTube, then there's nothing more to say than peace.
Oopsie.